Welcome back, everybody. I'm Brad.
I'm Steve.
So today we have game one of round two on the IPA side. Roak, Blow Your Face Off versus Dogfish, The Perfect Disguise. Steve will talk about them while I pour them.
Sure. The one that Brad's pouring right now is the Roak Blow Your Face Off. It's 10.5% ABV with 100 IBUs. So it is if you've watched our first rounds, this is the highest alcohol and highest IBU beer. The other one Brad is pouring is the Dogfish Head, The Perfect Disguise, comes in at 8%, and then it has 70 IBUs, which is kind of more in line with, some of the other beers that we've had.
Right.
And I think, if I remember correctly, that's a double IPA.
Yep.
And Roak Brewing should be a double IPA at that.
I hope so.
Yeah, right. I think they're both doubles.
Yeah.
So really, this should be a pretty good matchup. If you watch our first rounds, I don't think there was a beer where we're just like, holy cow, this thing's going to go all the way.
Not like Tropicana was, and yeah. Or was it Stone Go-To IPA or something we did in our first beer bracket? Yeah. This is an interesting bracket without a Bell's beer or a Stone beer.
Yes. Yeah, we kind of... And we did that on purpose.
Right.
We didn't want our preconceived notions to filter into some of the other beers that we may or may not have had before.
Right.
And all of a sudden just run away with the tourney.
Exactly. So, here we go. Might as well. Dog's going crazy in the background.
Yeah. So if you hear something, that's what
it is. I would say, now, the reason these beers are open is because they were winners in the first round. And what we do, we use the same bottle for every single round. We don't want to get two. We don't want to go back a day later or 5 days later and pick up another one. We do this whole beer bracket in one day.
Yes.
So the beers that we start with are the beers that we end with.
Yep. And we do keep them cold.
Yep.
Our best, at least. I think, like previous years, we used to do the whole bracket, so you're trying to keep all 16 beers like cold, and this year we decided to go one route and then the other route.
Yep, so we'll do all the IPAs, get that to the final round. We'll do all the New Englands, get that to the final round, and we should be good.
Yep.
Hopefully.
So color-wise, they look the same.
Yes.
They look like they're the same beer. They kind of got that Mountain Dewish, Hewish yellow to them.
Yeah, I would say the Blow Your Face Off has more bubbles. At least in mine. It has more bubbles coming up than the Dogfish one.
I'd agree with
that. If you mix these up and change them without numbers, you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
But I do believe in the first round, the Blow Your Face Off had more protein yeast floating in there than it does now. So by opening it, pouring it, letting it sit, it's cleared up. Yep. Okay, smells. I get some citrus grapefruit now. And I don't think I said that in round one.
No, I'm starting to get some of that too. Not a lot.
Yeah.
It's clean.
A little sweet malt, but you really have to dig, and you would really have to suck that liquid up into your nose in order to get it. Yeah. Okay, taste?
You can tell it's a big, high hopped.
Very bitter dankness on the very back end.
Yeah, once it hits you, you can tell there's a lot of hop in that. This is more like the well-balanced, but...
Not balanced. Well-balanced, but not balanced.
If you didn't put it in an IPA category, I'd say. There's just too much malt in that one for me. It's almost like... I don't know. Because the hops do shine in that one. but the malt throws me off.
Yeah.
And I'm not, like we talked about in this round, we've got a lot of beers that we probably normally wouldn't sit down and drink.
Right.
They're more the Bells,
Yep.
Two-Hearted. But they're still good beers. I just think that, for me, I'm not a huge fan of the Roak, but I think that's, if I had to gauge the two beers against each other, I'm going to go with Roak Blow Your Face Off. Versus the Dogfish is more, it's just got too much malt.
Yeah, too much. And here we go again. We're not fighting. I would go with the Roak Blow Your Face Off too. I think it's got a lot of hops, like it says, blow your face off. But I think you're getting some of that grapefruit. You're getting some of that bitterness from like the zest. You're getting some orange, more citrus. Then the Dogfish, to me, is more, that sweet malt. There is a little bit of citrus there, but if I'm going to buy one, I'm going to buy Blow Your Face Off and Blow My Face Off. Right.
Yeah.
Because if you drink 3 of those, and the alcohol in both is well covered up. Now we're talking about a 10.5 and an 8%, but even in the Blow Your Face Off, it doesn't drink like a 10% because of those hops are really bitter and back.
Yeah, it hits you right away. Where I think the Dogfish hides it a little bit, like it tries to use the malt to kind of hide that alcohol taste to it. Versus where Roak just is like, all right, we're just going to ratchet up the alcohol and throw a bunch of hops in and we're good.
Yep. Yeah, I could see this going both ways.
Yeah.
If you're bigger into maltier beers, I think you will go Dogfish.
Yeah. I think a good beer if you
Right.
weren't to put it in an IPA category. Like it's almost like it's a hopped up malty, not even a brown, but like, you know what I mean? Like a pale ale.
Yeah, it's more sweeter.
Yeah.
It's got a lot more of those sweeter qualities. Like, they used more grain, but used the hops closer to the end of the boil to bring out some of those hop flavors, where Roak was like, okay, let's throw them in at 60, at 45, at 30, at 10, at 5, dry hopped, and that's why you're getting all that. So if you're a hop head, I think you will lean more towards Roak than the Dogfish Head.
Yeah. No, I agree. And if you don't have a preconceived notion of like what an IPA should be like, I think the Dogfish would be a very good crowd pleaser.
Yep.
Along that lines.
Yep. Guess what? So that means we have our first winner that is going to the final of the IPA.
That we actually agree on, too.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever went this far.
On anything.
So Roak Blow Your Face Off will go to the finals against either Greenbush or Rockford. So stay tuned. Come back tomorrow and see that video, because that's going to tell you who's going to win that bracket.
Yeah.
So if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And until next time, I'm Brad.
I'm Steve.
Happy brewing.
See you next time.